Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. These guys are making a lot of noise. Let me just turn down the volume for myself here. So today what are we going to be doing? What's up with this episode? Well, first of all I just wanted to say it is early in the morning and I kind of feel like I have morning voice. Sometimes that doesn't really come across in the video, but if you hear it that's why. So anyway, this episode I want to get ourselves some bacon because I want to have Topmass in my debt. Now, I don't have any work for him to do at the moment, but we could have some work for him to do in the future. So I thought it would be a good idea to get some bacon, and a lot of bacon for Topmass in this chest. Now, at the same time, what I actually want to do is play a little bit of a prank on him as well. So you guys are going to have to be quiet and not tell Topmass on his videos, so hold your tongue, because what I want to do is put in a little hopper underneath the chest and modify this. And so I'm going to be the person who's making all of the bacon for this, but I'm going to put in a hopper here and it's going to go down into the ground and go across to my base and make it look like I'm actually stealing all of the bacon, but I'll be the one producing it. So we're going to have a little fun with this as well. That's what we're going to do this episode. So we need to create a bacon farm, so that obviously involves finding some pigs. Now I have had a look around in the area. There are some right here which I didn't think of looking at for some reason. It could be a little tricky to lift them out of this area though, because there's all these other animals, and as soon as we move this block right here, or well, not this one specifically, but a block on the side, all of the animals will just see a new path to go to and they'll probably all start walking out of there. So we need to find some pigs. Now I've had a look around in the area, there's pretty much nothing over in that sort of area, but if we go behind these trees over there, behind the tree farm, of all places, there are plenty of pigs. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is bringing them back over here, and I don't want to build anything that's going to be too permanent, and we're not going to do something like we did with the cow farm. I am probably going to pick a location around here somewhere, I'm not sure where, and we're going to build like a little pig farm using half slabs and dirt, you know, nothing that looks fancy, but I have an idea to make it automatic, to make it like an AFK pig farming station. So I don't know if that's going to work. It could fail completely, but it'd be nice to try. So the first thing I need to do is pick a location and bring those pigs over to it. So when I've done that, I'll be back with you. And I've just realised that we're going to need a bunch of carrots. You see, this confuses me. When they changed it recently, I think sheep use potato and pigs use carrots. I could have got that wrong, but that area over there is full of potatoes, so I might have to change that over to carrots and make loads of them for breeding. And I'm not sure where I'm going to do this as well. I think I might do it behind the tree farm. There's plenty of space over there and no one else is using it. It's close to where the pigs are as well. But anyway, I will be back with you in a moment. So I've gathered up some piggies here, and I need to go over in that direction, which is the opposite way from where the rest of my piggies are, because I've already got 4 of them, so we've got 8 at the moment, and there's one straddling around in the water here, and I know there's a load more over the hill. So I saw this, and what I thought I might do is actually just bring the pigs out into the middle of the water and then leave them here, which sounds kind of cruel, but they're not going to drown, so don't worry. So now we leave them like that, and that guy's going straight back to land. Don't do that. Come back here. Yeah, I mean I could set up a little pen, I guess, a temporary one, but I just thought one thing you could do is drop them off in the water and then they can't move around as much. And now they seem to be ignoring my delicious carrots, which is kind of annoying. And that guy's derping around. That is completely normal. So we're going to leave them there. And now they're not going to go too far. And we'll get that one over there. And there should be some more just over this hill. This is where I saw them all last time. Well, I see one. I saw a couple over there as well, where there is some iron with torches on. I don't know what that represents. But it is now night time. And if you remember in the last episode, I went walking around looking for places where I could possibly build a base. Yeah, it looks like there's actually no pigs around here at all, does it? And that is something of interest. I do not know what that is, so I'm going to go check that out. However, I have a bed with me because of my journeys from last time, so we can sleep through the night. And then we will go and check out what that building is. There are no piggies in this field. And last time I was here, there were loads of them. I don't know where they've gone, but look, some squids. Let's kill those. And that building over there, it does look interesting. It looks like it might just be the front of a building. However, there's a load of trees right behind it. And I was looking at them and I was wondering, are they part of the building? Because that would be very interesting to have a building made mostly out of trees with a front like that. That could be pretty cool. Anyway, we've got some ender pearls, so let's throw these and get over here. And this looks seriously cool. I think I know what this is now. Oh wow, this is awesome. Pet cemetery, yes, courtesy of the pranksters. A work in progress. Work in progress, not currently in business. This is seriously cool. I like this. And this is right next to Red Eye's base as well, so we might as well swing past there and have a look while we're out here. This is really cool actually, using the iron bars and having the trees in a row. I like this very much. This is cool, but it doesn't look like they've done too much yet, but that entrance, that is a really good entrance to a pet cemetery, which is a bit grim. Anyway, there doesn't appear to be any piggies around here either, does there? So I'm going to have to back in a minute, but if we just throw one more ender pearl over in this direction, and I need to eat as well. Got to be careful with that. There you go, that's Red Eye's base. If you haven't seen this before, man, Red Eye's... I'm sure you all know though that I like Red Eye's a lot. He is a great LPer and he has a great building style. And this is just a really interesting looking base that he has. But he hasn't been on much lately. I know Red Eye's has a lot of work. And I don't think this has changed too much since I was last here. But we're getting massively distracted now as well, actually. We need to find those piggies. But I just want to have a quick look at this place. Does look very cool, doesn't it? Well, look at me. I've got an army of little pigs here, and one of them has fallen behind. Now, something that I've learnt is that when they fall behind, well, this guy is not the example I wanted, but they tend to ignore your carrot, or the fact that you're holding a carrot, and they don't follow you. For which you can actually just click disconnect, then connect again, and they're all following you, and that'll fix it if they're not following you as well. I've done that quite a few times now, so there is a pro tip that I've learnt for you right there. Now somewhere around here should be that little bridge. I think it's just over in that direction. I got kind of distracted. I went through the extreme hills and that's where all the pigs were. But anyway, I need to sleep now, and I've got the bed, so hopefully that won't be too difficult, although these guys are going to wander off while I'm sleeping, so let's do this as quick as possible. Okay, sleeping was fine. And we've still got all of these guys, and back to the river bit. And it looks like my idea kind of worked. There's 2 biggies left that I can see. There's another one over there. I think we left 5 in total in that area. But anyway, we're going to continue going this direction. I think if we go into the water with all of these, they're probably not going to make it all across the other side. Just because they'll get moved around. Actually, this looks like a very bad way to go, because there's probably a big drop the other side of that, and they're all going to push each other in there. So it looks like we have no choice but to go across the river. And actually this looks like it's going to be quite easy. In fact, I think I might take it easy and just swim down the river with these guys. In fact, we'll get this guy as well. And there are the other 2 over there. They made their way onto land. Anyway, this shouldn't take too long now. Ah, there we go. Listen to that noise. It gets worse when I hold a carrot. But there we go, that is a ton of pigs for starting off our farm. Now I want to make a lot of bacon, and that means we're going to need a lot of carrots. So I was just thinking, well, do you know what, I better go and start planting some of these down over where I have my little potato patch. And then I remembered that King has opened up a little shop in town, and it's a self-service shop, so it doesn't sell any goods. You can go and use the little farm that he's built there, which is a potato, wheat and carrot growing farm using bone meal. So I have a few chests. I say a few chests, I have a few stacks of bone meal, so I'm going to take them over there, and we are going to get ourselves lots and lots of carrots for breeding. So here we are over at King's shop. I've got to say this does look very nice. I do like the use of quartz, and I think this fits in well there. Ah, that throws me off, that does. Same thing can fit, or 2 words that are similar, one right after the other. But this is very looking cool. Anyway, I don't know why I'm just strolling around the outside of it. We need to go inside and look at this thing. And wow, this looks really cool in here actually. All the glass goes really well with the quartz. Very nice build. For someone who says he's not a builder, this is pretty good. But we have some donations over here. Okay, that goes down into a trapdoor. Let's go down into King's secret maintenance area and see what he's been donated so far. I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring back a diamond in a bit. King can have a diamond for this because it is very cool. And that's how we get out of there. So he's already got some seeds, carrots and potatoes in here. Well, I've brought my own carrots. And there's probably bone meal. Let's see. No, there isn't. Let's read the signs. First, put in bone meal into chests. Second, use crop on dirt block, and when you stand on here it activates the machine. There it goes. It is also SMP safe. Did we actually read these signs out the front? I don't think I did. Welcome to King Happy's self-service nano farm. Service is free, donations are optional, the farm is SMP safe, adjust clock if required. So, there's also all of this as well. This is a little cooking furnace setup as well, which we don't need to need. There's also a little hoe dispenser. So there doesn't appear to be any bone meal over here. Now I'm going to go to Mumbo's farm, and when I eat my food later, when I have lunch, I'm going to do some AFK farming so we can get some more drops from there. Maybe I can bring over enough bone meal to fill up some of these chests as well. But for now, I'm just going to have to stand here and use the machine. So, that should be enough bone meal to get us going. All I've got to do is stand here and hold... Oh, wait, I'm trying to eat. That's not good. Yeah, so just stand here, hold down right click, and we will get ourselves plenty of carrots. So I don't know if it's the server or there's something wrong with King Happy's farm over there, but I don't know what it was, but it's just taking forever to grow the carrots, and I think there's some sort of bug because his one extends the block upwards, and when you're holding down right click it then plants the carrots on top of them, and then when it retracts back down sometimes they disappear, and basically it was taking me a really long time to grow the carrots. So I got a stack in about the same amount of time that I've got 3.5 stacks almost here. So this is the original... No, it's not the original nano farm. Unhost made the original nano farm, made a tutorial on it, and then someone else whose name I can't remember modified it slightly so you could just stand on it with a pressure plate like this. And so I've rebuilt that, and I've added in some chests and hoppers as well to put items into to put the bone meal into the dispenser. And I just wanted to check, because when you put in bone meal like this by default, everything is powered, so it can't actually travel into the dispensers. So what I was curious to see is, with all this fast pulsing redstone, is if the bone meal will be able to make it into the dispenser for each piece used, which it would appear that it does, which is a good thing. So I want to make a modification to this, and the reason why is because I think not all of the carrots fully grow. So let me show you a demonstration of me using the machine here. And it is very, very fast. It's really quite hard to see what's going on, but if you have a look at how often the carrots just kind of pop out, it's... Do you know what? I think we're out of bone meal on some of these. It's not often, anyway, and I think there's something wrong here. So what I thought I would do is modify this. We're going to do a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to build a separate clock for the piston, which is going to go on the other side. One of the reasons I wanted to come down here and have a look, there isn't really a way to access all of the... Well, that was silly. There's no redstone down here, so that's okay. I wanted to actually see if there's any carrots that have dropped down below, which there haven't been, which is good. But we are going to... Let's just put that back. Yeah, we're going to make a custom clock for this piston right here. So we're going to remove this repeater and this block here, and what we'll probably do is just build it under this area, and then it can power this block, this dirt block, which will power the piston, and then we'll be able to configure the time of that so we can do a bunch of tests and find out what's going to be best for growing these carrots. Well, this has taken me all morning. I'm glad I started playing on here early this morning, because I didn't expect to just spend so long trying to get carrots of all things. But I've been getting some bone meal from over at Mumbo's base, so now this thing is all fully stocked up, and I've also added in the clock as well. I haven't tried to fit it in efficiently, you know, so it's nice and compact or anything like that. I've just put it over the edge here. So it's a pretty simple clock. It's being overridden by the same thing that's overriding our burnout clock, which is this bit right here. So this thing will be activated when we stand on the pressure plate, and we can adjust it as well. At the moment you can see there I've got it on the second setting, which I think means 3 ticks overall, because we have the torch as well, which when it converts adds an extra tick. So the piston goes up and down every 3 ticks. Oh, right, let's use this and see what difference it has made. And that is strange. What is going on there? 23 carrots. This is similar to what was happening over at King's Farm. You just wouldn't really get any carrots from it. So let's change the setting on that and try it again. And there we go. I think we found the right setting now. That looks to be a lot better. Well, this thing well and truly works. I have just finished going through a massive batch of bone meal with this thing, just to find out, though, after I'd done all of my calculations, that actually there was still some bone meal on this hopper over here, so this is being powered somehow. I'll have to investigate that. But what I did is I filled up all of the dispensers and all of the hoppers with a stack of bone meal each. So a dispenser has 9, a hopper has 5, that's 14, and there are 6 of these dispensers in total, so 14 times 6 is 84. So then what I did is I took the amount of carrots that we have, this is basically around 30 stacks, 30 and a half almost, so 84 divided by 30 equals 2.8, which sounds about right for bone meal. I did think it was a little bit higher, I was expecting something more like 2.6, and this, with this missing bone meal, this probably explains that. So all in all, this machine works, and we're done with that now. I can keep coming back over here and make some more if I need to, but that is plenty of carrots to get us started. Well, so much time has passed. I cannot believe how long it's taken me to get all of this done. This is probably not going to look like much, but as always, I think most of my time is lost to me taking little trips back and forth. A while ago my pick ran out, and I went all the way back to my base, forgot why I went there and done some other stuff, came back out here, and then I had to go back and do the pick again. And so things like that have really just slowed me down. But I want to show you this first of all and explain what it is. So my idea is to leave my computer running with the right click button held down because, well, I'm pressing it now but it doesn't actually do anything, because you can actually hold down right click to breed animals. We all know this, you know, you just walk past them, and that is really loud. Let's just turn that down a bit. That's still quite loud. There is a lot of them in there, that should do. So you hold down right click, and that's all you have to do. So what you can do is assign the right click button to another one on your keyboard. Now I like to cycle every day, and when I go for a cycle I can actually leave my computer running and hold down the mouse button. Sorry, not the mouse button, the one that we would change it to. And I would do that just by putting a weight on one of the keys in my keyboard. Now I'm really glad that I decided to look down here because I thought this thing was actually ready to go. I need to remove this block, and I also need to explain to you what's going on here. So what we want to do is dump all of the pigs into this thing here that's supposedly going to push them around in a big circle. Now the reason we want to do that is because I'm going to be leaving the computer running AFK, and I'm going to be holding down right click facing into this stream. So loads of the pigs will go past and it should breed them, and then the next time they come round they'll probably not be ready to breed again, but they'll keep going around, and when they're ready to breed I'll be holding down right click on them. Now I thought I was ready to go, I've just realised there's something else that I've forgotten that I need to build, so I'll explain that in a moment as well. But down here we have like a collection area, so pigs are 1 high, meaning that they're not going to go through this gap here, and baby pigs are half a block high, so they should be able to fit through that gap. Now I don't think, I was about to say I don't think this will work. What I mean to say is that I don't know if this will work because I haven't tested it or anything like that. I do think it will work, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's more likely to work if we have these half slabs on either side, because at the moment the pigs have to be pushed into this side, and if they start getting pushed to the outside, then they're not going to get separated and go down into this area. But this bit is pretty simple. Get pushed down into this area here. Now you can see that there's hoppers there, and they're falling in. Well, I was holding down shift, but that didn't work. So let's go back up top. So that's for collecting items, and then down the bottom there we have a little area in which to throw potions at the baby pigs, because we want to get a mass amount of bacon here. I don't know why I want to get so much bacon, but something about that sign that Topmass built, it encourages me, so I'm having trouble selecting the right items here. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a bit of cobblestone. All of this is clear, just wanted to check. Now over here we have a little gap with some snow. That is where I'm going to stand the other side and breed. The reason that we have snow there is because we can stack that up slightly higher than a half slab, and so a pig isn't going to be able to go through there. Another reason I put it in that position is because there is this wooden, I was about to say panel, it's a pressure plate, and the water will knock the snow out if we put it anywhere next to it. Well, technically we could put it there because the water then wouldn't try and flow into where the snow is. And the reason that I've also gone with these pressure plates is because there's going to be so many pigs in there, we don't really have to worry about doing the trick with the half slabs and pushing them up over the top of them. So that is the basic idea right there. If we come down the bottom here, we have this little stand right here. The idea is to throw a potion into them and then switch to looting. Now I've done a tutorial video on that for a cow looting farm before. If that's of any use to you, then I'll put a link in the description box to that. But I haven't actually done it in survival really. I've always just, many things like that I've done really, just I make my little tutorials and things that are useful, but I don't always build them myself in survival. So this is going to be the first time that we're doing that. And what we have over here as well is a little bit of an experiment. I wanted to see if the pigs would pass between the netherrack fence posts and the normal ones, because a player can, and I've heard that mobs can't, which I find a little unusual. So we can go through that, but apparently mobs can't, so it'd be interesting to find out if that applies to pigs or if it's just hostile mobs. So the thing that I forgot to do, by the way, is over here I'm going to be standing holding down right click. Now as soon as I run out of carrots, there's going to be nothing in my hand and the thing's going to stop working. So what I'm going to do is fill my entire inventory up with basically cobblestone or some sort of junk item, and I'm only going to have carrots in one slot. And then what I need to do is build a machine that's going to continuously dispense carrots to me and then suck them up in a hopper as well. So we'll have a large storage of carrots, and then we'll have a hopper that collects them down the bottom and puts them into an item dispenser. And yeah, that should work. That should make sense right there. So we're going to be sort of cycling the carrots through me, so if I have room in my inventory to pick them up, then I will. Anyway, let's unleash the pigs and find out what is going to happen here. Can we actually reach those ones? We can. So there goes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I think that's good enough. Oh, well, that's the wrong one, so we won't do any more actually. Although they can go through that gap there, so we better, or maybe not. Yep, it's a derpy pig. So we should grab some carrots and try and lure them over. Yep, it looks like they can't go through that. Well, that is good to know. We have learnt something. Let's let these guys in now. Now I think for the nether fences you have to use a pick. Anyway, that should do. Let's lure them all into this water stream. This is going to look crazy. Oh, and actually there was something I wanted to do right before this, so I better do it quickly. So we're going to breed them. The reason, oh, and I'm going to try and eat them as well, apparently. The reason we're breeding them is because I wanted to drop a few baby cows into there as well, just to see if the separation thing worked before I did my AFK test, which I was about to do, but I now found out that I've got some more building to do. I've got to do that redstone. Oh, it's going to take me some time. Right, I can see some baby piggies. Let's just use up most of these carrots, though. There we go. That looks good. There is tons of them in there. And now they're all getting pushed over. That is hilarious. It looks like they're having a hard time falling down into the gap, actually. And we've got some baby piggies in there, so before long we'll be able to find out if this is going to work or not. Wow, it's so derpy. I think I should have removed more of those fence posts. They seem to be causing a bit of problem. Should have had solid blocks on this side because they're pushing them across, but they're not falling down. Anyway, they are going in there one by one, so that will take a bit of time. Let's just have a quick check and see if any of them have gone into this bit down the bottom. Yay, I see them dropping down. That makes me very happy because I now know that this is going to work. Now, I have one more fear, which is that this... No, it's not. They can't jump high enough. If there's loads and loads of them in there, they might be able... I'm getting all slurred up here. They might be able to sort of push each other around and jump up into this gap here. That's my only fear, really. But let's hope that doesn't happen. They can't climb ladders, so they'll be stuck down there anyway. But yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? So I'm going to sleep now and get all of these guys in there, and then I've got that redstone to do as well. I fell in! Oh, what a fall. Let's get that ender pearl. Now, there's a slight chance I think that I could actually throw this into another piggy, so let's just go up into the air and over to the side here a little bit. Yeah, we got one away, that's good. Come on, there we go. Oh. Yeah, so what I decided to do is lure all of the pigs over to the other side and then put a solid wall on this side here, and then that way when they all run across they kind of push each other and then they stand around on the little gap between the block and the fence post. So now what they're doing is just running straight over into the wall and falling down into the stream. Okay, I do believe we are ready to go. Now we're not doing anything fancy at all with the redstone here, very basic, not efficient. But it will get the job done. We just have a clock that's hooked up to this, so this should power every dropper and the dispenser at the top. That means if we put in some items, let's start off by putting some carrots in at the top. When we activate our clock, they will get dropped down into the hopper down below. Now at the moment I guess it's possible for some of these to land on this block maybe, and possibly on the edge of the snow, but that shouldn't be a problem when I'm standing there, because if they do I'll eventually pick them up as it is. And you can see that this totally works. Let's see how many items are up at the top here. Yep, it's all good. Items are travelling up. And so that is all we need to do now. I think yeah, I think that's it. I think I can now do my test. And by the way, I went round the top here and covered up almost all of these holes. I've just smelted some stone because even though I just need to cover up the top, I really wanted to make them out of stone bricks, just being a bit OCD there. I think we're probably going to have some zombies coming inbound soon. I can't help but feel I'm forgetting something, so if I am, I'll probably record a little another something before I do my test. But if not, then I'm going to go for a cycle, and when we come back we're going to see how this works. And I've just remembered the one little problem that I thought of, and I will sleep in a bed for Mumbo. Where is the bed? It's over there. Is that the carrots are also going to lure the pigs towards me. So at the moment they're going round in a circle very slowly. I'm actually in a bed. Let's tell him. And here comes a zombie. You got to hurry up, Mumbo. Hurry up. Nope. I'm going to have to... Okay, he's in a bed. Let's disconnect. And the zombie has despawned right as I log back in. Yeah, so what I was trying to say there, I get so distracted, is while I'm holding down a carrot, I'm going to lure all the pigs towards me, so the whole circular rotation thing might be affected heavily. I'm not sure, but one last thing we also need to do is take a quick entity count for the amount of pigs that are down the bottom here. Now this isn't going to be very accurate at all because it might be counting some of the ones at the top. But let's have a look. That looks to me like there's about 16 or 17, and I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe a few more just here we can't see. That sounds just about right. So I'm going to write that down, and then we'll see how many pigs we have when I get back. So I've just got back from my cycle. I have been away for about an hour now, and haven't been disconnected, which is a good sign. But I need to move this weight off of my keyboard and just move this around and change the key back to what it was. Let's have a look here. Use item, right click, there we go. So I had to modify this design, and while I was out I was also thinking that although this is good as an AFK system, there's not going to be too many opportunities, and this isn't good, is it? I was kind of expecting something like this would happen. Okay, so something weird's going on with my inventory. There we go. No. I've not seen that before. I don't know what kind of bug that is. I think I should disconnect and relog. And is it fixed? It is now. That was very strange. Okay, so I'm not surprised that some carrots managed to make their way out of there. Let's pick them up though. So yeah, while I was away cycling... Oh, by the way, I said that I modified this. I put the dispenser lower down because a couple of times they fell down and caught on the edge of this, and then every other carrot that fell by would group up and then they would despawn after 5 minutes. So we should also have a quick look. Okay, I can't seem to open this dispenser. Okay, this is dodgy. It looks like... I'm going to guess the dispenser is full. No, it's not. And that's a dropper as well. I was using a dropper all along. Okay, we've got some weird lag going on here. Look, I'm right clicking and it keeps bringing them up too late. This is probably my own fault with all the breeding I've been doing. Now, while I was away, I'm going to guess that that will fix itself in a moment. Yeah, this might be my fault. I was thinking that this probably wasn't going to work out too well. And if we look down here, we've got a pig that's escaped. A few of them, actually. Oh, that works so much better than expected then. Let's have a look. So, I don't even know where to look. Wow! 400 pigs! 400 pigs! Are you kidding me? That is amazing! Wow, I was really expecting to come back and there to be about 50 or 60, and this experiment basically would have been a bit of a failure. But we have proved right there, 1 hour for 400 pigs. Wow. That is something right there. And I now know what I need to do next. I need to get myself a looting sword. And that is why we've got all this lag on the server. I should have done this a little bit before actually. So I guess what I need to do now is chuck all of these items back in the chest when the chest opens, which might take a while. Explain to the others why there's lag. And then I need to find myself a looting sword and some damage potions. Okay, it's time to do this. Now I think we might have a little bit of a problem here. I just got disconnected a moment ago. I was down here recording. But I hadn't done anything just yet. So we have a looting sword, which I borrowed from Biffa, which is very kind of him, and we got an instant damage potion as well. So I need to press 1, right click, then 2, and it should work. So let's make sure everything is in order. Let's try and push these guys back a little bit, because I'm thinking Actually, I think it'll be okay to throw it from here, but that might happen. It might clip them. So anyway, 1 then 2. Okay, let's do this. And because of the lag from all these pigs, I'm now actually going to have to wait and just hold the looting sword in my hand. And there it goes. Okay, and we're going to have to do that again, aren't we? Because they are not down to 1 hit just yet. There goes the second one. I think one of them died. So this next one should be it. And I just realised I'm probably going to get quite a bit of XP from this. Oh, that's the wrong button. And there we go. That one killed quite a few of them. There's still some more. Let's throw another potion. This is why I brought quite a few with me. And there it goes. It seems to take longer and longer each time. So we've got 1 potion left to throw, I think, now. And that would hopefully kill off the rest of them. And there it goes. I think now the frames have come back up. Let's have a look. Apparently we still have 400 or 500 entities. I reckon that's going to be bacon. And I can't open the chest. Oh, there you go. So the bacon's coming in. I reckon all those hoppers are going to be full. So let's just use up all of these potions and kill as many of them as we can before we go in there. Oh, and it threw straight away that time. I was getting ready to make a little cut. So let's throw the other one. This will be the last potion. Bam. And it killed all of them by the looks of it. That's great. So, I reckon there's a load of pork chops on the ground in there. 400 entities. Well, I don't have a pick. Let's put the pick there and then remove this. And now all the XP is coming through. Actually, that's what the entities are, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to stand here for a while and wait to pick up all of this XP. Well, it would seem that that turned out to be one heck of a good idea. Let's have a look in these hoppers if they're going to load. Yeah, look at this. Stacks and stacks and stacks of bacon all over the place here. This was excellent. I'm so pleased with the outcome of that. We have one thing left to do now, really, and that is to modify Topmass's bacon stand and make it lead over to my base. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of hoppers that are going to lead over there, and you guys have got to keep the secret. We want to make Topmass think that I'm actually stealing the bacon from him, but really I'm going to be the one who's making it. So I'm going to make that, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, this is well and truly a good idea. This is all of the bacon that we got. That is just ridiculous. I was really not expecting to get anywhere near that at all, even if it had been as good as I thought it would have been, or could have been, if you see what I'm saying. But anyway, I've put in all of the hoppers underneath Topmass's piece of giant pixel art bacon there, and it leads back into my base as well. So we should have a look at the bacon first of all. So I kind of modified the bit around the bottom. Hopefully he will notice that. And then, well, just to explain what there wasn't all these wooden blocks underneath there, so that's what I've changed. And then I've put a hopper up here as well, so he'll probably see that, and if he follows them, it's going to take it all the way back into my base and down into the bottom, where I have a little chest reserved for all of this bacon. And it's been a longer episode than usual. I got what I intended to do done. It just took me a hell of a lot longer than I thought it would, but it turned out to be a really successful little experiment with this farm. Anyway, assume as legitimate bacon supply, do not touch. Let's chuck all of that in there. So shift and double click and we throw it all in at once. So last of all, I just want to throw in a friendly reminder. If you want to like the video, it is always appreciated. I'm sure you've heard many times now about how much of a difference it does make. But that is going to be it for this episode. I have had a hell of a lot of fun today. I did not expect to be playing for so long, but there you go. It has been a lot of fun. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.